I say
Top Billin. All right, Top Billin. It's going to be an instant reaction to the Seahawks' loss to the Buffalo Bills. So if you know anything about this channel, I also do a little bit of Buffalo Bills content as well, and this is something that I remarked about, a few weeks back, that I could not wait for Seattle to play Buffalo because I thought this would be its first legitimate test from another team that looks like it's on a potential Super Bowl path. Now, Buffalo has kind of hit a little bit of a skid, but now it seems to be rounding back into shape, and it's a team that is every bit as talented as Seattle, if not more. On the defensive side of the ball, is definitely more talented. It may be a wash on the offensive side of the ball. Definitely a Super Bowl matchup that I would love to see happen, no doubt about that. I want to see a rematch of this, if at all possible. I think both teams has what it takes to get there. Even in the loss, right? This is one of these things right here. Every time I see these West Coast teams fly East Coast, I know that they're going to start late, especially if it's a 1 o'clock kickoff. I know they're going to start late when they're over here, and it is what it is right there. So Seattle, they jumped out on Seattle, and Seattle, for the most part, kind of hung in there. Even at the end, kind of came back. Chef Russell had a terrible day. He didn't quite dice you up like celery, even though he still did. He almost threw for 400 yards. I don't know if people noticed. And he still had like a 95 rating or something like that. He's just Chef Russell. He's that good. But that guy on the other side, I once remarked that, to me, he is the most talented quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen. Dude has a rocket for an arm. He's athletic as all get out. Big dude, can throw from any angle. Chef Russell is the best. Josh Allen is the most talented. It is a good matchup here. But this was a blunder from Chef Russell. I'm going to put this on Chef Russell. We see right here, they're bluffing, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7-man front. Maybe potentially all these guys could come here. But it doesn't happen that way. This is really some of the same stuff we saw Seattle do to San Francisco in this last game. Going to have both your double A gap players, both your edge players bluffing double A gap blitzes, and Jerry Hughes and Mario Addison. But they both jump off right here. They drop off and kind of rob shallow zone and kind of pattern match there. And then you have here, it just becomes a 4-man rush. Klein's coming. Tremaine Edmonds is coming. And then you have both Ed Oliver coming, and Quentin Spain coming. And then Micah Hyde, he also drops off right here as well. So Chef Russell, if he knew this right here, he would have wanted to keep some type of max protect in. You have Travis Homer here in as well. Why not have him there to work inside out and possibly get a free runner or something of the sort there? But I don't know, man, because Chef Russell was dialed in, and he was staring down targets and everything, and he kind of paid the price for it on this one right here. He was walking on sunshine. Baya! Crispy. Bang! He's air sleeping from muscle memory right there. So he reaches out and tries to grab the ball, but it's just from muscle memory because let's be real here. He was out. He's staring down, and this is quick game stuff too. So you know that right now he's trying to get the ball out extremely quick. They have that there. Somehow he needed to try to abort this, but he wasn't even worried about the protection. I don't know if they could have slid protection over there or whatever, but it's just more than likely just keeping Travis Homer in here for some extra protection there. And then no bueno, not even looking. Get smoked in his chops. Smoked chops right there. Get fertilized. Terrible turnover right there. Great job by A.J. Klein. All right, so remember, this is just the instant reaction right after the game stuff. I really just want to sit here and talk about the game, but I know how you guys treat me. You won't watch if I don't come bearing gifts in the form of a film study. Y'all do me like I used to do some of them chicks, right? Y'all don't want me to sit there and talk. It's like some of them chicks. I was like, if you coming up in my house, we're not talking, so you know what it's about. So y'all keep doing me like that if you want to, man. Y'all better respect the grind, baby. So don't get down on yourself about this particular game. This was going to be a tough one anyway, traveling out there to Buffalo, but I feel like I learned more about the Seahawks in this game than I did in some of those previous games against some of those goofy teams like Atlanta and stuff like that. This is a legitimate Super Bowl contending team as well. And clean up a few things here. I love it was kind of a double-edged sword as far as rushing the passer on fabricated schemes like that. But what I did see was Carlos Dunlap, and I want to come back later on in the week and check him out. He was balling. Carlos Dunlap. If you had one more guy like Carlos Dunlap, I'm going to keep harping on it. These L.J. Colliers and Alton Robinson, all these guys aren't showing up like that. You can't fabricate pressure all the time and that be it. But another uncharacteristic mistake by Chef Russell here. Got an out route by DK Metcalf. They're running pure coverage here. You can just see the coverage there. And it looks like maybe it's a coverage with man underneath or something like that, because theoretically, if you took a snapshot right here, if Russell did, he would think, all right, this is man coverage. I'm going to have a free and clear zone that's out route. I can hit the sidelines, get out of bounds or something like that. But nah, Tre'Davious Wright, he bumps off his man, checks, and then works vertically. Right? That's like some Seattle Seahawks stuff for real. Works vertically. He's in there like swimwear. Look, bang, checks, works vertically. You can tell what's going to happen here. Are you going to send DK Metcalf and right here up into Tremaine Edmonds or A.J. Klein? There's only one vacated portion of the field right here. If you're in first-team all-pro guy like this dude is right here, you know what's coming right there. So he's like, wow, I know Chef Russell really is going to try this, right? Just a bad game from Chef Russell in certain instances. And some of this shit, he still made crazy-ass plays, but this ain't one of them. This was bad. Bang. And you can see the safety approaching. So had there not been Tre'Davious White to come rob this right here, this was a completion. The safety's not over there. A.J. Klein can't run with DK Metcalf. He was fooled. So that's a great play by Tre'Davious White there, showing why he's a first-team All-Pro. All right, here we go. Fabricating all that pressure got you 7 sacks. Man, they might not have had 7 sacks the entire year before they got 7 sacks in this game, but it still was a double-edged sword there. So check this out right here. You're going to have Jamal Adams coming blindly here off screen. You're going to have a 3-man weave going on here. KJ Wright wrapping behind. So you're sending a lot of players to this side of the field. You got Bobby Wagner dropping off, hook zone curl there. And then the great Carlos Dunlap coming. He needs no fabrication right there. He'll just get through your man, period. So what does that mean there? If you're going to get some of these good coordinators you'll see in the playoffs, they're going to work your ass with the screen game, especially sending the screen away from the pressure. If you see where most of the pressure is going to be coming on this side, they send Zach Moss right here on the screen, and you know that there's going to be less bodies here because there's more bodies over there. So great call there. They really did this. Look, bang, Jaron Reed, Alton Robinson, KJ Wright, Jamal Adams, and look at this. Sending all these players right here. Nothing. Look, it's like 9-on-1, right? Nothing right there. They could have done this a lot with all those fabricated pressure schemes. They could have just really worked the screen game there. You got Trey Flowers out here getting his neck jerked out. Bang. Down goes Flowers. So just really easy type stuff right there. I don't know. It was a weird game. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that fabricated pressure. Would you like to see more organic pressure with them just being able to get there with 4 men, not having to send 6 and 7 guys, really putting yourself out there? And another reason why I put yourself out there is because I said before, Quentin Dunbar, I'm sorry, trash dookie, right? And I liked him at Florida and everything, but he is not that good. I'm sure he's dealing with some type of an injury right now, but that's who you have out there. As of right now, he's trash dookie. Trey Flowers actually had a much better game than he's had in the past. He looked pretty good, but let's be real. Trey Flowers isn't somebody you would want to count on. And Shaquille Griffin, to me, has to take that next step. At the very best right now, he's above average when he's healthy and not concussed or whatever like that. So you're really putting yourself out there, fabricating pressure, leaving these guys on an island that you have at corner. All right, I want y'all to check this out right here with Jamal Adams going against my man Dawson Knox here. Jamal Adams playing forward has to be the best player in the NFL, meaning not retreating the cover or anything like that. He is, to me, sometimes a liability if you have him matched up with receivers on the inside like we've seen in certain games this year. Even in this particular game with Stephon Diggs doing him in, but I love this rush move right here. Look, that was that is just like they would teach it for a tried and true edge player. Come in here, you're varying your rush speed. Dawson Knox has to play you to possibly run past him on an arc, but you bluff that and then get into his chest. Look at that. Get into his chest, you push him back, shed the block, and it's always best to do that and stop earlier than some of these guys go a little bit past the quarterback and have to work back. But if you can stop a little earlier there, then you have a straight path to victory on there. Look at this, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. This is just like having an extra edge player with this guy rushing the passer. All right, so this is probably going to be the last one here. I don't know how you guys react to these instant reaction videos. I don't want to do too much and 25 people watch it, but check this out right here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a 7-man pressure here, and you got multiple 3-man weaves going on. I kind of like it. I really do. I kind of like it, right? You're going to have, I believe it'd be Jaren Reed come in here, working in conjunction with Rasheem Green. And you got Jamal Adams, of course, bringing up the rear. Pause. And you have another one out here with Dunlap and these boys right here working the 4. KJ Wright coming. You have, KJ Wright coming, and then you'll have your man Bobby Wagner coming as well here. Same kind of deal. Creating a lot of chaos and confusion there. This was a pretty cool blitz here. Let's check it out. Bang. Now look at that right there. This man just straight up unbelievable, beating Darrell Williams like it ain't nothing. And Darrell Williams is the legitimate right tackle in this league. Look at him bluff him to sleep and then explode around the corner on him and give him half a man. I wouldn't be surprised if dude literally works out with like edge players and stuff to learn some of these moves. Look how low he gets. This is some Von Miller type stuff here. Turning the corner right there. The secondary doing a good job, and look who gets there. He beats Jaren Reed there. Jaren Reed gets there as well, but, man, hell of a play right there. Hell of a play. Really like what I saw in this particular play. Going to the other side, see KJ Wright occupying Croft there. And then looks like Wagner was looking towards the flat, and he sees Zach Moss standing in there, so now he's probably got a kind of a green dog approach to go ahead and get after it there. But too little, too late. And Allen is an escape artist, so he couldn't even escape this particular sack there. 7 sacks there. On the contrary, the offensive line performed poorly. Chef Russell hit the most in the NFL in one game. I think they said 16 or something like that, 17 knockdowns, or just a crazy game, but one that I learned a lot from the Seattle Seahawks there. So definitely some things to work on as far as the back end goes. Buffalo even couldn't run the ball against, not like Buffalo's an elite run team or anything like that, but it's just trouble trying to run the ball against Seattle, at least until you get to some of these teams that I know that are very good rushing teams. But if you're an average rushing team, you're not going to do anything against Seattle in the run game, but you can do some damage in the pass. Got to get Shaquille Griffin back. One of the guys I want to point out, man, is Quandre Diggs. Right? He's one of my favorite players on the team, but he's been kind of absent this year. He hasn't had the impact like he had before. I'm not sure what's going on with him. I want to see more Ryan Neal. He was out there with Jamal Adams at one particular point in time. That's pretty cool to see. Ugo Amadi needs to come back. I kind of like him a little more than DJ Reed, but I wouldn't mind DJ Reed being worked in as well. They got some options out there. They just have to get better. But to me, it starts with maybe the coverage itself, man. That deep vertical bell stuff. I know you're trying to help those guys out, but you're leaving way too much of a cushion. And those guys, to me, just aren't good at being able to recover from a vertical bell. They're like baby giraffes out there tripping over themselves and stuff like that. So, man, maybe more press man coverage, something, decrease the space. You're going to have to switch it up, man. These teams over there are on scholarship, too. You're not going to run through every team. You're not going to beat everybody in the NFL. You're going to have to play a little bit more aggressive on the back end. But we can look into that a little bit later. This was just an instant reaction. It's your boy Murf. Holla at your boy.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.